Free plays has been long shown to be great for kids' overall cognitive development. And if we look at vision being a massive part of our intelligence and how we think and all of those sorts of things. So, imaginative play where the kids are either discussing the rules, arguing the rules, making up the rules amongst themselves is not only good for that social and communication aspect, it's really emphasizing visual thinking skills and imagination and those sorts of things. And then you've just got the physical component of running around and being active. And that's what our visual systems are designed to do. Learning where our bodies are in space, where our bodies are relative to everything else, and being able to coordinate those movements.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the social aspect to it is maybe something that we overlook a little bit. But I remember like last year, and my daughter started a new school, and I would talk to her about what she did during her lunch break, and it was fascinating to hear about some of the the new games that she was learning from other kids, and and the games that she was teaching them. So certainly there's a lot of that interaction aspect that is important, isn't it?
Absolutely, and and we look at vision being sort of part of everything. So, good general development usually means
Yeah.
good visual development.
Okay, what about balance and coordination? How important are those activities also?
Yeah, look, those sorts of things, particularly for young kids, are really the foundation of then being able to learn how to hold yourself still in a classroom,
Mm.
paying attention. It's a good foundation for future fine motor skills. We typically look at the way, if you look at normal baby development, their movements are quite clumsy and gross, and as they get more and more sophisticated, then the actual ability to make finer and finer movements get better. And one of the finest motor movements you can do is an eye movement. So,
Mm.
our ability to move our eyes free or with our body is really dependent on good overall development in terms of balance and coordination and understanding how things change as we move through space.
Mm. And like hand-eye coordination, like throwing, catching balls, tracking balls. A lot of those skills, I guess, are kind of developed early on in a child's development cycle.
Well, they're always developing, but the earlier you start, the better, the more sophisticated they come. And, they're all part of that global learning how to attend, learning how to concentrate, and then, like I said, earlier, we're getting finer and finer abilities is important. I mean, we don't talk about handwriting as much anymore, but I think that's going to be, we're going to lose some things from not practicing those finer eye-hand coordination skills in terms of cognitive development. Our brains learn through moving and actually in touching and interacting with the world under the guidance of vision. So all of those things are vitally important to our
Yeah.
overall development over time. And the earlier you can start, the better.
Yeah, and I think you and I are Gen Xers, so you probably remember growing up that we spent a lot of our time outdoors and climbing stuff, and probably doing things that parents would roll their eyes at today. Do you think
Yeah,
do you think that
absolutely.
maybe parents do need to take the guardrails off a little bit with kids and let them do things like climbing and get it and just free reign a bit more?
Yeah, look, and I can understand the concern of kids getting injuries and all the rest of it, and we're so sort of conscious around concussion and those sorts of things nowadays. But there is a one of my mentors used to call it crashing into the world with your senses. Our brains are basically geared up for trying to predict what's going to happen in the next moment in the world, and the only way that you can kind of make those predictions is have great experience, and great experiences moving and climbing and doing all of those sorts of things.
Yeah, sure.